this AcuReview 2 training video, we're going to go over the AcuReview 2 Pathologist dashboard. This is the AcuReview 2 Pathologist dashboard. This dashboard was created as a new feature in AcuReview 2, which gave you information at a glance about your cases and patients. So I'm going to start in the upper right-hand corner. Starting with the far right-hand corner, we've got the logout button, which allows you to log out of the system. To the left of that, we've got your practice that you're currently working on. So if you have multiple practices that you provide services for, this will give you the ability to select which practice. So you would click on the drop down and you would see the list of practices and you'd be able to select which one. In this case, there's only one practice available. If it was a long list, you'd actually be able to search it as well because we have a search box. Next to that is a little bell icon. The bell icon gives you information about alerts in the system. On the next row, we've got the label that says, who's logged in, and then it's your dashboard. Then we've got some important numbers. We've got the number of cases pending in the lab and the total number of pending cases. Each one of these is a drill down. If we click on it, we could see the list. If I click on this list of full pending cases, what I see is that as it told me, there are 6 cases pending in the lab, which are these pink cases, which says slide not available, and that's why they're pending in the lab, is because the slides are not available for those cases. And then this one case, which was the additional 7th case for the pending cases, that one, the slides are available. And if you're a digital client, you'll notice that it says under the Lumea slide um, column that there were 9 slides that were expected and 9 slides were uploaded. So you see that number 9 of 9 here to show that. And so that's the difference between pending cases in the lab and pending cases is total pending cases are here. The ones that are pending in the lab are these. And then this is stat cases. So this shows you if there's a stat case, you can click on it and you could find out what the stat case is, and it will show you the stat case and you can get information on it. And if you click here, you can go straight into the stat case and start working on it. Like all the other places in AcuReview 2, you've got that little arrow that lets you drill in. Now here we've got the total number of preliminary cases, total cases in prelim, total cases pending consult, and total cases signed out in the last 30 days. So in this case, because it's a training account, none of these are have any values, but under normal case circumstances, you would have numbers here that would give you the numbers for those particular things. And if you click on them, you would see their drill down for the list. Now we've got our patients by status. We see that this particular practice has 4 patients. And if I click the little arrow, I'll see again the locate patient list, which shows all the cases. Here is my stain orders and consult requests. So this is an at-a-glance list of all the stain orders and consults I have, and it shows which case it's for and what stain was requested and when and what the status is. If I want to actually go straight into that case, I can again use the arrow to go into the case. If I use this arrow, I could see the full list of requests. And then if I want, I could sort it by, using the different controls to pick which things I'm looking for, whether it be date range or by search or incomplete only. Now over here is a new feature called chat. So for chat, we show who's logged into the system. And then for the people that are logged into the system, there's a little green dot for logged in at the moment. And then if you want to, you could select anybody on the list and you could click their name and you could chat with them. You could leave a chat message. If they're logged in right now, they'll get the chat message right now. If they're not logged in right now, it'll pop up when they log in. They'll see over here that they have a chat message available, and it'll actually show them a little bit of the message so that they can click on it and see the rest of the message. So when you click here, so if I picked this, I would be able to type a message to type to this person. And then if I went back again, they would see it when they log in. Okay, so that's the chat feature. Now the last 2 things are the pending cases with slides available. So this again, remember I said before we had 6 cases pending in the lab and 7 total pending cases. So that one case that was the extra case that was pending, that's this case here. So that shows you what cases are available for you to work on because the slides are available. So in this case, that's one. There may be more. It's also your pending case list that you see on AcuReview, but you could also see the list here. And if it's a longer list, you're going to scroll it. And you could also search again. You've got these search boxes that are throughout AcuReview 2 that you could search in. If you want to go to the full list, you can click on the arrow and it'll take you to the full list. And also you've got the information here. You could see, for again, for Lumea clients that 9 of 9 are available. Then the last thing we have on the dashboard is the problem log. So right now there is none on here, but we have something called a problem log where if there's something wrong with a particular case, we log it in the problem. So if there was a site mismatch or if there was a bottle leaking or something like that, any of those things might show up in the problem log, and then you would see them here so that you are aware of them as well. And then on the left, we have our, a menu that shows all the different AcuReview 2 menu items. And that is the AcuReview 2 dashboard.